Hello everybody. Today's the big day. I get to show you my updated kitchen. I haven't decided if I'm calling it a reno or a rehab, but if you've been watching my videos for the last little while and you've seen my kitchen, you absolutely know that it needed rehabilitation. It was a mess. So what started as just a paint refresh, because if you remember, my kitchen had a very like a two-tone green color. One was a little bit bright green and the other was a little bit more of an avocado green, and it was quite hideous. One of the reasons I decided to renovate the kitchen was in all of my editing, having to look at those two-tone green walls and the state of my kitchen. It started to be very apparent that I needed to do something. So I was gonna start with just painting, but then painting turned to cupboard door replacements, and cupboard door replacements turned to hardware replacements. And that turned into somehow a new tile backsplash and new electrical outlets with new electrical outlet panels around the outside. And that's what happened. As things sometimes do with me, get a little out of hand, and my plans become a little grandiose. But it so happened that it timed perfectly with me getting a gas furnace in the house, and therefore my first gas stove. And if you've watched a couple of my last videos, especially the gas versus electrical episode that I did very recently, you'll learn all about the greatness of gas and why I chose it. Other than, for me, as somebody who's cooked professionally, gas is the goal. So one of the things that I learned from this project, which I'm learning from a lot of my projects, which was kind of the goal, if you watched this year's first video, was kind of the goal of starting a YouTube channel, was to teach me patience, because it takes a lot of time to create content, to edit content, to find the music for the backgrounds, to think about the lighting, to do it all. And I have definitely had my lessons in patience over this last year, but nothing quite like the patience of a kitchen reno, where I have to depend on various different service members to come in and do their part. Now, the reason I didn't shoot any of the progress of this video is because it was it took a long time. Bits happen here, bits happen there, and if you've ever tried to do recording of a project that you're working on, you'll know that slows you down massively. So to set up a camera, to show the right angles, and I just didn't have the time to do that. In the end, it still took 2 months, 2 months to get the kitchen to where I felt comfortable showing all of you the progress. There are still little bits and pieces that I need to work on, like the ends of the tile. There's a knob that has to be put on a drawer, and there is some under counter lighting that I'm trying to figure out what type to buy, so that's going to take a little bit longer. But for the most part, the kitchen's done now. Another reason for the renovation or the rehab was that in the new year, I intend to start a new series called the Culinary Bootcamp series. There is a video link in the description where I talk about all of my experience and what makes me qualified to teach such a thing. So that was another reason, because I just didn't feel comfortable with the idea of teaching people to the extent that I intend to teach with my kitchen looking the way it did. But before we go downstairs, I want to talk about this new product, and this is not a sponsorship or anything like that, but the paint that I used on the walls in the kitchen and on the cupboards is this product called Backdrop. It's an amazing product, low in chemicals and low in off-gassing, and there's just so much to love about it. I recommend it to anybody. I do want to say that I bought the wrong paint for the cupboards, and they do sell a specific paint for the cupboards, but I bought too much because that's a full bottle left. and it took me one of those to do all of the kitchen and all of the cupboards, but I highly recommend trying this product out. I was pretty happy with the coverage of it, and I was pretty happy with the cleanup. It was very easy, and because I always care about the air in quality in the house for the cats, that was one of the reasons I decided to go with this project, because it was cold out at the time I started painting, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to open the windows, and I didn't want all those toxic fumes to be lingering in the house for too long for my own health, but also for my cat's health. So that's just one product I wanted to tell you about. And so I think that is all I have left to show you. All of the other products that I'm going to be showing you in the kitchen will have the names of in the description below, in case you see something you like that you want to put in your own kitchen. I think I'm going to say goodbye now, and then following this I'll show you what the kitchen looks like. If you like what the kitchen looks like, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like what the kitchen looks like, you can feel free to give it a thumbs down. If you want to tell me what specifically is your favorite part about the kitchen reno, please leave a message in the space below. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a great day. Pretty much everything in this kitchen is either from Best Buy, Lowe's, or Menards. I really like the handles on these doors because they're easy to hold on to. This new faucet is pretty nice. It's got a spray feature, which I've been looking forward to having, and also it's has a higher profile, so it stays further away from the sink when the water is running, which I also like. One of the things I love best about this sink is that it's twice as deep as the sink that I had previously, and it's also a little larger because of its very square nature. It's so nice to have a deep sink when you're washing dishes. I got an ivy plant, and I got a new window covering, and I plan on doing a few other things in the future, maybe putting up a bookshelf for some of my cooking books, and then also some wall hangings. I'm debating whether or not to put my meat poster back up on the wall.